Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my November eyeshadow palette ranking video. You guys know how much I love filming ranking videos, and I know this one is overdue, but you know what I like to say? It's better late than never. So here I am filming my November eyeshadow palette rankings. I'm definitely gonna film a December eyeshadow palette rankings video as well. And I do really want to film some kind of 2021 eyeshadow palette ranking video. I know when I talked about it previously, you guys had given me the feedback that I could just give you like my top 20 eyeshadow palettes of 2021. So I might do that, or I might do breaking it down because I have so many. I might do like the top 20, the bottom 20, and then like everything in between. I haven't quite figured it out yet, and I honestly feel like as much as I would like to post that video this year, I feel like it's gonna be a 2022 project. I feel like I'm gonna use my little holiday that I'm gonna take from Christmas to New Year to sort that out. So we'll see. If you have any feedback, let me know down in the comments. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. Highly recommend subscribing because I do post pretty much every day. So there's a lot of content from me. And today's video is actually sponsored by Ana Luisa. I just want to let you guys know that I've partnered with them yet again, and they are currently running one of the biggest sales on their website. So everything is 10% off, and there are some items that are up to 60% off. So now is the time for you to try out Ana Luisa if you guys are interested. I have been sent many pieces from them in the past, but today they did so kindly send me some pieces as well. So I'm wearing this necklace, which is the Scorpio Zodiac necklace, and this is regularly $59 and it's on sale for $54. Now, if you have been following me for the last few months, you'll know that my baby was born in November, so she is a Scorpio. It's kind of a fun way to incorporate her into my jewelry, and I think this is so cute. So basically, it's a square cut 14K gold dip pendant, and I just think it's a great piece to jazz up any outfit. The other thing I love about Ana Luisa is I don't take my necklaces off usually, and so I'll wear them in the shower. And I personally don't experience the products dulling or anything like that. I know on their site I did see they recommend taking it off if you're about to do some kind of activity. And you can take what I say with a grain of salt, but for me, I've never had a problem with any of my pieces tarnishing from them. And then the next thing they sent me was this beautiful rope ring, which I've been eyeing forever. I picked it out in the size 8 because I could wear it on my index finger as kind of a statement piece. And so this is also $59 on sale for $54. It is available in sizes 4 through 12. A ring size 12 seems pretty big. Like my biggest ring finger size is 8. Everything else, I think I'm a 7. And actually, let me check my thumb. Yeah, I can wear an 8 on my thumb too. So I think that's a really extensive size for this particular ring. And you can wear it alone like I am today, or you can stack it as well. You guys know I love wearing gold jewelry, especially when it's like a little bit waterproof, because I love to just wear my jewelry constantly. So they did send me those 2 pieces. And then the third piece they sent me is this beautiful necklace. And I couldn't find it on their site, so I think it might be sold out. And I don't remember what this is called, but it's a beautiful chain. And then there's these like really delicate green little stones on the chain. So I think it's super duper cute and different, and you can definitely layer this on to other necklaces as well. So really glad they sent me this one as well, and I was wearing this quite a bit in the start of the month of December. So those are the 3 pieces they sent me, and I just want to say thank you so much to Ana Luisa for partnering with me, and I will leave a link to the website in my description box. So if you want to shop, please feel free to use my link because it helps me out, and thank you for supporting the brands that support my channel. It really is very much appreciated. So yeah, I just wanted to make that little announcement, and without further blabbering, let's get into the ranking video. Let's start off with number 15. So I put the Unicorn Cosmetics. This is their Angel palette in the number 15 spot. Now, I actually bought this palette, and then they also sent me a PR package including this palette and everything that I think was a part of this collection. I will say it's not a bad palette, just not my favorite formula. Also, you guys know I'm not really into like pastels. I did do more of a green eye look with this palette. I think it was the last palette that I used before I went into the hospital to have my baby. So I guess I'll always have that memory in my brain when it comes to this palette, but it's not my favorite formula. The mattes are very gently pigmented, same with the metallics, and there are 2 all green palettes in this video that ranked much higher because I like the quality better. And then as far as the pastels go, it's like a crapshoot for me when it comes to pastels because I feel like they just don't flatter my very warm like skin tone. So for those reasons, I'm ranking this at number 15. Okay, in 14th place is the ZEESEA Cosmetics palette. This one was sent to me by the brand, and honestly the reason I'm ranking this lower is because of this pressed glitter in here, and I just don't really think this color story is very cohesive. I was able to do a really pretty eye look with this palette, and honestly I was really impressed with the formula of this palette because I feel like when it comes to palettes with like all this like jazzy packaging, it feels like they inevitably skimp on quality. But I feel like the quality was really good in this palette. So ZEESEA did send me another palette to try out, and it's definitely on my ever-growing list of palette purgatory. Hopefully I can get it out of there soon because I want to film a look with that palette just to see if they can do it again. Like, I feel like they did a good job with this palette and I was sufficiently impressed with this, but I want to know if their other palettes are just as good as this one. So stay tuned for that. I'm ranking this at number 14 because it has that chunky pressed glitter. I know people don't like that, and I wish that they had a more interesting color story with this palette. Okay, in 13th place is the Juvias Place I Live, I Love eyeshadow palette. Now the reason I'm ranking this in number 13 is because it's kind of a very colorful palette with just like mid-tone shades. As you can see, it's got 4 blues and 2 red kind of shades, and it definitely matches the packaging, so you can very easily do like an all red look or a blue look, or you can mix the 2 up. You can definitely check out my video with this palette. Now I think this is a beautiful holiday release from Juvia's Place, but as far as like how much can you do with this palette, probably not a whole lot. You probably would have to pull in a few other shades if you want to do like an all blue beautiful like smoky eye or something like that. So for that reason, I'm ranking this at number 13. Okay, in 12th place are these 3 quints from Colourpop. This is part of one of their holiday vaults, and I did keep 3 of them. There was 5 total, I believe, but the other 2 were more neutral, so I decided to go ahead and throw those in my giveaway pile so I could eventually gift them to somebody. But these 3 are very, very cute. I love it. I love the colorful dark mattes they included. I feel like sometimes with Colourpop, I'm really missing those shades in other palettes. So I thought it was nice that they did these like grungy palettes. And yeah, they're just ranking in 12th place. Okay, in 11th place, I'm ranking all these little Viseart palettes. Now, this is kind of a newer format for them. They did this style last year and those palettes were so boring, but these ones were really, really cute and I was so interested. So I did go ahead and pick them up. These are called their Petite Fours, I believe. So I have all 4 shades and they're super duper cute. I did try and I kind of failed at doing like a look where I combined 2 of these together. I feel like these perform way better just if you use them individually. And I just think the one critique I have for these is the price point, because you do get kind of like a neutral matte shade in pretty much all of these, and if you want all of them, like that shade is kind of redundant. So hopefully next year when they launch this collection, they'll do something a little bit different, maybe make it more affordable to buy all 4 and then not include repetitive shades. So for that reason, I'm ranking these at number 11, but if you want to just get one, just to even try out the Viseart formula, these are so good. I will say my favorite is the Peridot. I think I really like that. And then I liked Bullion. The one that could use another matte blue would definitely be this one in the shade Lapis. But the silver shade and the metallic blue shade in this palette is really beautiful too. So overall, they're in number 11. Okay, in 10th place is the Mini Metropolis palette by Natasha Denona. The reason I'm ranking this at number 10, honestly, because I didn't need this palette. It was kind of a stupid buy. The quality is excellent, but there's only 2 new shades in this palette, and the 2 new shades are neutrals, and the other 3 shades are existing shades in the palette. So basically, I didn't need to buy this, but I did it for science, and the quality is excellent. So if you want a travel size of one of the most beloved Natasha Denona palettes, you could look at this one. But honestly, I feel like some colorful metallics or even a colorful matte green, even if it was one from the palette, would have gone a really long way in this little palette. So number 9 is an old palette that I finally tried out in the month of November. This one I actually bought with my own money, and this collection launched before I was on the Oden's Eye PR list. So I literally lost my mind when I saw this palette because it has the most beautiful metallics in it, and I am so mad at myself for waiting so long to try it. But you know what? We're always working on ourselves. We're always trying to improve, and I always try to buy less eyeshadow palettes, but that doesn't always happen. And I feel like 2021 was such a year for me. Like, I started working from home, we had a baby, we moved, like so much was happening. And so I'm so grateful for the time I have working from home, because it's allowed me to try out more of my eyeshadow palettes and do swatch party videos. And my goal is to basically get to the point where I've used every single palette in my collection, because I'll be the first one to admit I have eyeshadow palettes that I haven't actually put on my eyes yet. I never include those in my ranking videos or anything like that, but I'm trying, and I feel like that matters and that counts for something. So I'm so glad I was finally able to try this palette, and it did not disappoint at all. Okay, in 8th place is a all green eyeshadow palette. This is the Poison Ivy palette with Milan Rowe and Blend Bunny. This was their collaboration palette. Now, I never tried anything from Milan Rowe. From what I looked up though, they only have one other eyeshadow palette, so it's not like I was sleeping on the brand or anything. But I really like this palette. I think the quality is really nice. The mattes work really well. She chose some beautiful shades. I do wish they hadn't included the pressed glitter, because I just feel like pressed glitters don't belong in eyeshadow palettes. I don't have anything against pressed glitters, but I know a lot of people really don't like to have pressed glitters. So I just want to point that out to you guys, but I think the palette is gorgeous. And I bought it anyway, even though it had a pressed glitter in it, and it did not disappoint. Number 7 is another all green palette, and it is the Tropical Vibes palette from the brand Ace Beauté. So I have a few Ace Beauté palettes from their old formula. This is the only one I own with their new formula. It feels kind of redundant to buy palettes that I already own just to try out a new formula. So I was so glad that they launched this palette. Plus it was like all green. I mean, come on. So I really like this palette. Definitely one worth checking out if you guys are interested in trying out Ace Beauté. I know this was sold out for some time, but I do believe it is back in stock now. And just so you guys know, I will link everything I'm talking about in the description box or in a pinned comment if you guys want to use my links to shop. That does help me out. I do make a small commission, and that goes right back into my channel to fuel all of the makeup buying that I apparently love to do. Number 6 is a palette that was sent to me by one of my favorite brands. This is Lethal Cosmetics and their new multi-chromes. I feel like this is kind of an odd one because it's an all shimmer palette, but you know what? It's truly a gorgeous palette. I do like some of the shades better than others. Like this shade down here, I feel like was a little bit of a dud for me because it's a very dark, like burgundy shade almost, but when you put it on the eye, it doesn't really show that multi-chrome effect. So I would say there are some that are just not as good as the others. Like these shades are gorgeous and the greens are beautiful too. Honestly, I did do a full eye swatch video with this palette, so I would say check that out if you're curious to see if this is worth the splurge. Okay guys, we're getting into the top 5, and I'm not gonna lie, this was really hard to determine. But if you buy any of these palettes, you're in good hands. I have full confidence in all of them. So in 5th place is the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. I honestly didn't think I was going to like this palette as much as I did. I just think it provides a really soft eye look, and I could totally see myself wearing this, you know, to a wedding, or, you know, if you are a bride, or even for brunch. We are going to brunch on Christmas Eve, so maybe I should consider wearing this palette because I want to get more use out of it. It's beautiful. It's like almost like a cool tone pinky purple palette, and I just really like the look I was able to create with this. I think this is a beautiful palette. So giftable, great packaging. She finally took herself off of the cover and we are here for it. Now there is a Petri dish slimy shade that doesn't bother me at all, but I know some people get really annoyed every time she includes it. I don't really know how to make this shade work. For me, it's a dud, let's be real. But I do love this, and her Mercury Retrograde palette is on sale on Sephora. I think it's $34, and Sephora is doing an additional 20% off their Sephora sale items. So I did film a video about that this week. If you guys want to check that out, highly recommend doing so. I really like this palette, and if you don't want to spend the almost $70 for this one, maybe check out Mercury Retrograde. I think that would be a fun way to try Huda's brand if you haven't before. Okay, in fourth place, I'm combining these palettes together, but I'm obsessed with the Natasha Denona Glam face palettes. Now, these palettes did leak quite a while ago, and I remember thinking like, why is she doing face palettes? Why can't we get another like awesome eyeshadow palette like Metropolis? And I didn't think I was going to be that impressed with these, but I reach for these all of the time, and I will say the eyeshadows I couldn't care less about. It's the cheek products that really get me in these palettes. And honestly, I can wear the light one too. I just build it up and it's gorgeous. The highlighter formula is chef's kiss. So I feel like these are like ultimate gift items for 2021. If there is a makeup lover in your life, especially a neutral palette lover, they're gonna love these palettes. So highly recommend. I also did just film a first impressions video with the new mini Biba palette, and I really like the eye look I was able to create with this. But between buying the mini eyeshadow palette and the mini cheek product, I felt like I pretty much spent what I would getting one of these. So I would say if you're in between these two, definitely consider the bigger palettes because they are so nice and you can still travel with these if you want to, and they are way more substantial than the mini palette in my very humble opinion. Okay, top three, any guesses? In third place, I do have the Adept Cosmetics AMUNET NÜ palette. Now, the reason I'm ranking this in third place is just because this color story is a little bit more grungy than what I like. Although this is a stunning, stunning eyeshadow palette. There are so many beautiful multi-chromes in this palette. I will say Adept is so good at customer service, at least in my experience. There were two shadows that came broken, and I think the owner identified that many people were receiving those shadows broken. And what did she do? She posted on Instagram, she said, we're refunding anyone that has broken shadows. So all you had to do was send in an email and I think a picture or something. They refunded me for the two broken shades. And from what I know, they paid out of pocket to send replacement shades to everyone. So I did get my replacement shades. I haven't popped them in to the palette yet. Honestly, I was able to press the broken shades back and I think that's going to be fine, but I might switch them out eventually. We'll see. Kind of lazy and I don't want to deal with it right now, apparently. So yeah, I just thought that was wonderful the way they handled it. So very, very excited to have that palette. And yeah, it's a beautiful indie palette. If you guys have the patience to wait, I would recommend definitely getting on a pre-order with any of the Adept palettes because they're so, so stunning. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay, in second place is one of my favorites from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is their Witching Hour palette. I literally lost my mind when I saw this color story, and it's pretty simple, but oh my goodness, I just love the eye look I was able to create with this palette. It was just so bright and gorgeous. So I love this palette so, so much. This one was sent to me, I believe, from Unearthly, and I do have a code with them. It's KHMAKEUP. Saves you, I think, 10% on their website. Oh my god, I love this palette so, so much. I just love the greens and the metallics, and everything just does the job really, really well. I also really like this new packaging they're doing. It feels nice and sturdy, and the eyeshadow pans are huge. So highly recommend checking out Unearthly Cosmetics. I did see just today she announced that they have a sale section, so there are a few palettes in their sales section, lots of liquid lipsticks, which you know I love. And I think they're also looking for content creators for 2022. So if you're interested, shoot your shot, girl. Anyway, number one, if you've been paying close attention to my channel, you know that I picked the Melt palette for my number one palette of the month of November. This is just, what do I even say? I just think this is just gorgeous. Like, it's the perfect palette, beautiful packaging, sturdy. The attention to detail is beyond stunning. There's beautiful little butterflies embossed in the actual eyeshadows, and the color story is just the right amount of daring with just the right amount of neutrals, and I just love this palette so much. I did purchase this while I was in the hospital. Again, just having the longest induction of life. I never told you guys my birth story, so let me know if you'd be interested in that. I don't really talk about anything other than makeup on my channel, and I don't want to freak anyone out, so I haven't really been wanting to talk about it, so we'll see. But I think it would make for a really good get ready with me, so let me know if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, I love this palette so much. I will never ever get rid of it because, like I said, I bought this while I was at the hospital, so I got great memories attached to it. And also, I love the blush palette that's part of this collection. I think it's Chef's Kiss, one of my favorite face palettes of all time. So those are my thoughts on the Melt palette. It is a number one for November, and that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite palette of the month of November was. You guys know I love chatting to you in the comment section. Don't forget to check out Ana Luisa. Like I said, they did sponsor this video, so thank you so much to them, and definitely check out some of their pieces if you're wanting to treat yourself or if you want to buy a gift for a special someone. This might be the perfect opportunity for you to do so. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in another video tomorrow. Bye, guys!